of what is enlightenment. Is it achievable? Is it worth achieving? And how can you do it? Lawrence, can you talk just a little bit about how you might, what is, first of all, what is enlightenment?
Okay, the enlightenment means the journey towards the truth, the unchanging truth.
Mhm.
Same, okay,
Okay.
this one.
Okay, well, I'll start.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Richard,
Hi, I'm Lawrence.
and today we're here to talk about
Enlightenment.
enlightenment. That's a big concept. So we're going to be doing a few of these discussions, and this is our first introduction to the whole concept of what is enlightenment. Is it achievable? Is it worth achieving? And how can you do it?
Yes, that's right. That's the discussion we're gonna do.
And the reason we're doing this is because we have somebody here who I believe has a different approach to enlightenment. And I think we're going to find that very interesting. It's a bit challenging to some of the traditional concepts, but I think it's very important to hear this and to try and understand it for yourself. Lawrence, could you talk just a little bit about how you might, what is, first of all, what is enlightenment?
Yeah. Okay. Enlightenment is a journey towards the unchanging truth. Um, yeah,
And in that journey, in that unchanging truth, is this something that everybody can achieve?
for sure. It's already exists in us, and everyone can be able to see it. Only thing we need to do is to give ourselves some, give ourselves time to look in, and looking in is the way to figure out or to see the unchanging truth.
Okay, so if enlightenment is the unchanging truth and we can all achieve it, there's several different approaches to this right now. So, what is the most common approach to achieve enlightenment?
The common approach is been there for a long time, and the approach is called "Who am I?" Approach, and it is the most direct and a thorough approach to the unchanging truth.
Okay, and before we dig too much deeper into this, so does everyone need to be enlightened?
From my side, it will be good, you know, good to be awake first, so that way we don't have to live our life from the place of fear. It's the most important journey in the human journey. If we start to see who we are, then it makes the rest of our journey with ease. The whole journey will be complete with ease. But if we not see who we are, the unchanging truth within us, then the remaining journey is going to be conflicting, just like our past journey.
Right. Okay. So, enlightenment, we can achieve it. It will. It is the unchanging truth, and it removes the fear from within us.
It is the journey towards the truth which dissolve all fear in us.
Okay. So there's many gurus out there now that are pushing enlightenment. Are all models to enlightenment the same?
Journey towards the truth is a universal path, and it should be the same. But you know, there are a lot of lineages, offering the spiritual path. If the path is about adding stuff, then it's not the journey towards the truth. Journey towards the truth is a subtractive journey that is about dissolving the mind. Dissolving the mind means dissolving all beliefs in us, so we can see the non-dual state of who we are, the void, the emptiness of who we are.
Right. Well, that sounds like it would be pretty difficult for maybe me and for many people if you have to actually give up all of your beliefs. I mean, this is what makes us all unique, isn't it?
Uh, yes, like because our whole life has been run through the belief system, and dissolving the belief is going to be challenging. It's going to be dreadful journey for a lot of us, because the belief is the one thing that we are anchoring on and trying to live our life with that concept. So giving up the concept, giving up the tradition, giving up the life that is built on belief is going to be challenging journey. It's
Mm.
like this journey is like, it's like you are rubbing your face against the sandpaper. You're gonna feel the heat, and
I think so.
and who feels the heat, who feels the challenge is the ego self. And yes, we do have to feel the challenge, because without challenge, how are we gonna wake up from the dream?
Right.
So we have to go through the fire so we can burn the false self in us.
Wow. It sounds like quite a journey. So, what percentage of people would you say are enlightened today?
I can't say anything on that. Like, it's a personal journey, individual journey, and only a person who can go through it thoroughly and cross the bridge to the other side. The person knows he or she is awake from the dream, but I cannot say, oh, this person is awake, this person is awake. I cannot say that, because from the outside, everybody is the same. Even
But
the enlightened person can actually come into the physical world, in a relative world, and completely being part of the world,
right.
and it can be, just like the other normal human being.
I'm just wondering if it's 5%, 10%,
uh,
50% of people.
if it's 50%, world will be different.
So it's okay. Okay, get it. Are some
uh,
people born this way, or is this something that must be worked at and to be
Here,
achieved?
the essence of truth is present in everyone,
Hmm.
from the day one,
Hmm.
because we are that. But our living condition, the environment, gives us a certain experience, and the experience brings certain coloring in our consciousness, and we start to, rely on those colors, and we think we are those colors, rather than peeling the colors and anchoring on the canvas, which supports all colors.
Right.
So, um, the that would be my
That's a lot of colors.
and yeah, and everybody has a lot of colors, because all experience we go through in life brings colors that is, joyful, colors that is painful, colors sometimes is kind of a, uh, things as it is, and yeah, and colorings brings a different belief system in us, and the belief we hold into ourselves becomes a preference in our lives, and that preference itself is an ego self in us, and the journey towards the truth is about, dissolving the preference and seeing what supports all this preference,
That sounds a bit scary.
and uh, yeah, when we hear the enlightenment is about dissolving all preference, it's always scary, because our whole life again is dependent on it. Now dissolving is, and there's a ego self comes in again and says, like, no, don't do it, no, don't do it, and on the background, and that's the ego self talking to us, like, don't give up, you
Right.
have a comfortable life, you're doing fine right now, and don't try the stupid things, that kind of background from the ego self comes in, and then we are in a place, like, place that, uh, you know uh, we want to be free from the fear, but also there's a other side in us, like, don't do it,
Sure.
don't poke the darkness, don't poke the fear, you know that kind of dual perspective is there.
Right. Okay. So again, I just wanted to understand this isn't something that's born in you,
Yes, we are, born with the truth.
but then it disappears. Do some people just have that truth throughout their entire life?
It's not disappearing, it just, you know uh, we can say forgetting who we are and accepting the experience as a reality, and that makes us forget, and forgetting the unchanging makes us struggle in a day-to-day life,
Oh, okay.
because once we forget the unchanging, we are resting in the changing, relying on the experience and a belief, and relying on the experience and belief is always changing, and relying on the changing is a constant effort, constant struggle, and it also brings a constant fear, you know, um, and that's the way things are. If you figure out the unchanging, yes, life can be free, life can be simple, life can be as it is, and if you forget what is true, then the whole life rests on the changing, and trying to find the truth in the changing is a struggle.
Wow. All right. So I think this is a bit challenging, this whole concept, because many people, everybody through their life, they want to have experiences and they want to build on their experiences. They want to gain different beliefs. They want to gain spiritual values. They want to gain academic qualifications or professional qualifications. They want to be building on something to make themselves who they think they need to be. So, how does it work with this? Because it seems like it directly clashes.
Yes, there's two paths. You know, one is the path towards the truth, which is about dissolving all knowledge, and outside the truth, in the relative world and physical world, it's about understanding how nature works, and realigning ourselves in a nature's way of things.
Right.
So that's the journey. One is about, again, figuring out who we are, is dissolving all beliefs system, all knowledge, all preference, um, all credential, everything. We're dissolving, going back, that's stepping back on everything, and going back to the state of void, emptiness, or non-dual state. And one is and outside the truth, in a relative world, in the physical world, is about, again, you know understanding the natures, and coexisting with the natures, to be the master of ourselves, and the master on how to do things outside the body. And if we understand these two journey, then there should be no clashing. We understand who we are, we know, and then outside of us, it's about uh, you know coexisting with the nature, because our body depends on the natures, because we need food to eat, for example, because everything's outside the body.
Right.
So we have to coexist with it. If we don't if we deny the nature, then we are also denying ourselves this body, and we're just waiting to die. uh,
Okay. I get the concept, I think, but what I'm really interested in is this completely opposed, diametrically the opposite thing from religion? Can I still be spiritual and be enlightened? Can I be a Catholic or Muslim or Buddhist and be enlightened?
uh, if the religion is teaching in a way that teaching in a way to dissolve the ego self and go towards the no self, then that religion is still offering something valuable. But if the religion is teaching in a way to add stuff in you, in your mind, then that adding itself is taking you away from who you are. Now you have added
Right.
something. But if you subtract, take out everything, then yes, we can still be part of who we are, and be part of the true self. And that is the pretty much the indication from all religion anyway. But somehow the preaching has gone the opposite direction from the truth.
Okay. Okay. So I guess the real question now that follows is, are you enlightened?
Here. If I'm not, why would we be doing all this?
Right. Okay. So that pretty much sums
Uh,
it up, I guess, then. So for this first episode, I think it's a good overview of enlightenment, the concept, and how to achieve it. And I think we're going to be talking a lot more, and we'll be breaking it down and slicing and dicing to get into some real meaty details of this, because there's many steps towards this. Yes.
yes. There are certain approaches we have to move in, so that we are, facing towards the truth rather than facing away from the truth.
Right.
So all our next chapters is going to be a reference on how to face ourselves towards the truth.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Lawrence.
Thank you.
Okay.
And
Good.
thank you guys for watching.
I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah, thank you. Here we go. You are the fearless one, you are the truth. And if you want to see the truth, follow nobody. Following anybody is following the mind, and all mind is contradictory. Who you are is not the mind. However, to be no mind, follow the trade of the mind. Backward, dismantle the mind.